All right, I think we're good to go now, and hold on a second. Do we have any viewers yet? Because I can't tell.
I can't. I couldn't even tell that you were going yet. Me.
There we go. All right, so there's two live viewers right now. It says
Me.
there. All right, so there's two. Oh, Blind Neil, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. Thanks for hanging out in the chat. I know that dude.
Ah, here we go.
Let me just lower my AC real quick. I can hear it in the background.
What the hell?
There we go.
This isn't working the way it was the last time I was in here.
Oh, I forgot that the stream's on a delay, so I'm looking at the stream and your lips aren't moving, but then I look in Discord and there you are. And you're not,
Oh shit.
your lips aren't. I look in
Oh,
Discord
are we
and there
going
you
to
are.
be? Oh, are we going to? There's two questions I have. Are we going to be able to curse? Oh, are we going to?
Absolutely.
And are we calling out the places? Like, are we going to name?
I don't know that I was
names?
gonna ask you about that. I thought like maybe we shouldn't because I don't want to like. I mean, I guess I guess some of these businesses are hurting already.
Yeah.
And by the way, when you see me look up in the stream, it's because the TV monitor is mounted on my wall.
Yeah.
So where you are is up here. So I feel weird looking into the camera because I don't know because you're over here. I don't know. It's just a habit.
No, I understand. Aha. Finally, I got this thing working.
Hey, Ruler, how's it going? Wow, we have 9 viewers already. We didn't even start yet.
Nope.
That's awesome. I don't get 9 viewers doing my gaming streams, and I do that all the time. Ruler's here, Haley's here, Neil's here. What's up, folks? Thanks for hanging out.
Welcome.
I guess really quickly, well, I guess because you guys are on my Twitch channel, you obviously know me. I'm Joey Image. I'm a professional wrestler, retired. You guys are on here and see my gaming streams during the week, my wrestling show Wednesday nights, and this is our new show, which we're going to be doing bi-weekly, so every other Sunday. I don't know. You guys already know who I am, man. Take it away, bro.
I am Wally Phelps or Wallace Phelps. It depends on how formal you want to be about it. And I do the Pop Culture Palette, a pop culture. Generally, we try to talk about creating things, but lately we've been just talking about things. And it includes me, my buddy Jason Robbins, and Steffi Luhu, who is also a Twitch streamer. So give her a follow as well. And I also co-wrote and produced a movie called Monsters Anonymous. You can find by going to what is the website? Helpthemonsters.com. It's about the classic monsters, Dracula and the Wolfman. They're in therapy because they're not scary anymore. So that's what I am and what I'm about.
Sounds good to me. Let me raise up your volume a little bit here.
And move my mic a little closer.
Okay. All right. Ruler, I guess in a minute or so, let us know if you can hear Wally good again. I mean, good now. I just raised.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that you were so low in OBS. Because usually,
move this.
usually. Oh, we have the same mic. Cool. Usually, the audio input that you're coming from is usually where the game comes from. So I usually have it lower so it's not overpowering me. So I didn't realize that it was still down, but you should be good now.
Okay, so everybody
so
seems to hear me, so that's good.
as long as it's good now. All right, cool. Thanks, man.
Thank you, and thanks for the follow.
I had this wacky idea. I don't even know where this. Actually, I know where the idea came from. I don't know where the idea of doing a podcast of it came from, but like once a week or like once every other week, like my fiance and I will just sit on our couch and just read these like ridiculous 1-star Yelp reviews to each other, and just like I don't know, whenever it was that I messaged you and asked you to do this with me, I a few days prior to that, we were doing just that, and it clicked like I giggle like an idiot when she reads me one of these things. Like, so I wonder if other people would think this is just as funny as I think it is. So and like ones that are actually, like legitimate, I feel like, they're not really funny. Like, there was a finger in my soup. Like, okay, I get it, but it's not really that funny. But if we can find like these just wacky, zany, like 1-stars that we can kind of make fun of and poke fun at, maybe without mentioning the name of the restaurants, then I think it'd be hilarious.
Yeah. and just give it the commentary it deserves.
You want to start us off?
I'm trying to find what they sent me.
You want me to start then? Because I printed mine, so I got them all right here.
Yeah, I didn't print mine at all because I do not prepare.
Well, I didn't really know what I was gonna do, but I figured if I didn't print, I'd forget or I'd lose them.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to save the stuff I found on my PC because I'm trying to keep the least amount of windows open as I can. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't want to have like 3 other windows open. But all right, actually, let me get this one out of the way because it's a joke one, but I found it humorous. This one is for I'll say the name of it because it's a fake review anyway. But this is for the Ford's Theater in Washington D.C.
Oh no!
And it's written by Abraham L. The review says,
Jacob, you got a new follower there.
"Oh, we got a new follower. Thank you. I didn't."
Oh, thank you,
Brenda Lambert. Oh, I know her. Thank you for the follow, Brenda. I don't know if you can hear them when those alerts go off. You'll hear them in the stream, I guess, after the delay.
Yeah, well, I'm not hearing anything other than you.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. It's less confusing. So this thing says Ford's Theater, Washington, D.C., written by Abraham L. The review says, I was murdered here. Would not recommend.
That is a mind-blowing review if I've ever heard one.
That thing was... I saw that a couple days ago. I'm like, this is so wacky.
Yeah. I mean, well, and that's the thing that I'm sure there's so many reviews like that where they know the history of a place and just give us a review in character.
Yeah.
So to
Right,
say,
right.
So it's
Jacob,
one thing I think is really funny is these people who are obviously not reviewing a product on Amazon, but they're reviewing what the product does.
Oh, man, that should be another podcast. Or we can add Amazon to this eventually.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Once we run out of these.
Is it possible to run out of you? Somebody sent me a thing on Twitter when I first posted about this saying, what if we also did if we did like maybe 1 or 2 episodes that were serious, where we did like 1-stars of stuff that's local to us, and then like sometime before our next episode, we go there and try it and then review it ourselves, which I think would be cool, but I don't know if I want to be that serious.
Well,
and
that's the thing. I also don't know if I feel like I should spend money on things that aren't good.
Right. Well,
that we know aren't good.
Well, see, I'm like I do that with movies. Like, I don't listen to critics. I just go and experience it for myself. So I feel like I would do the same thing with this. So maybe 1 or 2 places I might go check out and just kind of compare it to whatever 1-stars I find. But if you got one, man, go ahead. I didn't mean to take all that time.
No, it's fine. But they've got this. I mean, I don't have anything that funny, but it's like somebody actually has. So, a friend of mine had sent me like a gross of these reviews at the same place, and it's a place in the town that she lives in, and there's literally hundreds of reviews that she sent
like
me.
specifically to use on this podcast.
Yeah.
I love the fact that we hadn't even started yet and you're already getting viewer submissions. That's awesome.
Yeah, and they're all for this same restaurant.
That's what's even funnier.
And so this one is a Mexican restaurant, possibly the worst Mexican restaurant in the country. I don't know if we're not going to name the name, of course, but somebody said it's you need it's about as good as El Patillo, and underneath it somebody says, "Don't insult El Patillo like that."
I
This
like
is
that.
the worst so-called Mexican restaurant that I've ever been to. They are so cheap. They look at you crazy if you request more than one paper Waffle House size napkin. I would rather eat wet dog food, which would probably taste better than their meat. And they put that in quotes as well. That, you know, have you ever been to a Mexican restaurant that has mystery meat kind of?
Yes. Yeah.
'Cause that-
Here we call them Taco Bell, but I still go there all the time.
Well, but the thing with Taco Bell is that at least we know what we're getting there, and it looks.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's no sign that says, "Hey, we're authentic Mexican food."
Oh my God, if they did, it'd be hilarious.
Could you imagine?
know?
They'd get sued left and right.
Oh, absolutely. I would like your fries, please.
Oh, I haven't tried that yet. I'm kind of afraid.
Well, I have tried them. They're basically just. I don't know if you have Checkers or Rallies, but
Yeah, we have Checkers.
It's those fries with cheese sauce. That's all it is.
Oh, so it's not bad. It's just nothing's. It's not anything exclusive to Taco Bell.
It doesn't seem to be. I mean, it says taco seasoning, but I really doubt that. It doesn't seem like it. I used to say, I'm so broke when I go to an authentic restaurant. The only way that I can impress my date is if I ordered in the language. So I would be ordering Dos Baja Blasts, por favor.
That's awesome.
So and there's another one here for the same place. I'm just going to go ahead and say here, don't do it, all exclamations. The only reason I gave it a 1-star review is because I had to in order to leave this review. It is the worst Mexican restaurant my husband and I have ever been to. The ground beef is gray and doesn't resemble hamburger. You want good, authentic Mexican food, go to, and it gives an alternate place. No, I don't own it. I don't work there. I don't even know anyone who does. But they are Mexicans, and most of their customers are Mexicans. So that shows how authentic their food are.
I'm a big believer in, like, if you see that kind of people eating there, then it must be good. Like,
Yeah.
there's a sushi place that my fiance and I go to about once a month, and there's always Japanese people there eating, and I always think, like, man, if those guys are eating this, it must be good. But speaking of the beef thing, McDonald's just came out with this bacon smokehouse burger, which is basically, I mean, it's not like it's something new. It's just cheese. It's a basically bacon cheeseburger with onion rings on top and barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Which I've seen at a million other places, but I got one the other day just to try. It actually was really good. But on the box, it says now made with 100% real beef. What was it made with before?
That is terrifying.
Even if
don't
they
answer.
didn't use real beef before and they now are, don't advertise that. You know?
Well, I think one thing that's really funny is that they did this whole thing about how all of our sandwiches are all of our quarter pounders are going to be made with fresh beef, and Wendy's responded to that tweet saying, "Well, guess what? We've been doing that."
That's amazing.
But yeah, I mean, whenever, that's. I was just thinking about Anthony Bourdain because you touched on something earlier. If the people eat there that are of that same culture, that was his whole thing. When you go anywhere, find out where the locals eat.
Right.
And go there, and which is like, I live right next to New Orleans. That is the best thing to do. Ask where the locals eat.
I have to go check out New Orleans. I've never been there.
I don't like it, but I've lived here my whole life. So
Yeah. All right, let me grab another one here. This one's kind of stupid and wacky too, but it has nothing to do with the place. So this is for, I have to give the name of it, otherwise this review won't make sense. So this restaurant is called The Slanted Door. I didn't see where it was, I just saw. So the review is 1 star. I can't find the slanted door. Like, not the place, but meaning like the slanted door inside the restaurant.
Now, there weren't any slanted doors anywhere.
Right.
I've never been so insulted. I couldn't find Mr. McDonald's anywhere.
Ronald does not work at this location.
What kind of clown names their place McDonald's and don't have a McDonald's here to work?
Oh, I have one here that's really good. Do you want to go again, or you want to?
I've run out. Go ahead.
I have 3 left. One of them's kind of long, but I'm trying to not. I want to cut that down a little bit. But this one offended me as a fat guy. Okay.
So I'm about to be offended.
I didn't even get the name of this place. I just saw this. I'm like, this guy's got to be kidding me. All right. So this is 1 star. Says the food was great. I loved their crepe, CRAPE, which I don't know. Adults that can't spell. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love their crepe. Their smoked salmon tastes good. But I gave only 1 star because the waitress got my order wrong. She gave me 2 scoops of ice cream when I actually only ordered 2. Actually, I'm pretty offended. Oh no, pretty offended actually is the last line. Who complains about more ice cream? It's 1 extra scoop. What?
Yeah.
I don't know. This, I'm like, like I said, as a fat guy, I'm like, are you kidding me? That's what I want.
A devil's advocate, I have received the wrong order before. Now, it wasn't more of the same thing that I ordered.
Right.
But I once received, God, we talk about McDonald's a lot on this, but I received a bag.
I'm talking about it in the chat room right now.
Yeah. I got a 10 double quarter pounders with cheese in a bag. I had ordered 2 spicy chicken sandwiches.
Holy shit. That's a giant mistake.
I returned because I wanted my chicken sandwiches.
Yeah. See, I probably would have also, but how do you get, I mean, I'm like speechless. I don't even know what to say. How do you get that wrong?
Yeah, no idea. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life.
The only time anything like that happened to me at a McDonald's was myself and my friend John, who I've known since I was like 6 or 7. We went to a McDonald's in the food court of a local mall once, and I'll never forget this because I laughed for like a month and a half. But we went up to the counter. They called us up. We were in line to call us up next, and this is before they had the meal that was just 2 cheeseburgers and fries. So we would just order we would go there and just order cheeseburgers separately because they didn't have the value meal yet. So we get to the front of the line, and he goes to the girl, "Can I get 2 cheeseburgers?" And she goes, "7?" And I just laughed for like I don't know. He's like, "Where the hell did you hear 7? I asked for 2 cheeseburgers." She's like, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry." But I laughed for like a month. It was so, I don't know why it was so funny to me. It was just so funny.
Are you offending me? What are you trying to say?
But this guy offended by an extra scoop of ice cream is really bothers me.
Maybe they were lactose intolerant and they were splurging. This is going to be great, but I have the squirts.
I've tolerated a hell of a lot of lactose in my time.
I have too, but it doesn't tolerate me.
I like that. That's a good line.
I found one here that I think is funny. It's a place. It's a deli, and this 1-star review. Store policy is the worst, and they never seem to have my kid's shoe size. Now I have a store credit that I have to use in 30 days. After I use this credit, I will never shop at this store again and tell everyone I know to steer clear of this place for shoes.
Where's the...
It was a deli.
Oh, I didn't even hear that part. I think is she in the wrong spot?
She has to be. That's weird.
That's a good one. I wish I had found that one. I like that one. All right, I got one here that's kind of old. I think this one actually went around the internet for a while, but I had just found it a couple days ago.
Oh, boy.
This is from Natalie W. It says, "I went on a date here to this movie theater in 2008 to see The Happening with my high school boyfriend. I gave him a hand job in the theater, and it took forever, and my arm got so tired. 1 star. I think that's a 1 star for the boyfriend, not for the movie.
You know, somebody else sent me that one. It's just I couldn't find it whenever it's so. That's so funny. Yeah, it's. Could you imagine if they had Yelp for people?
Oh my god.
I would be in trouble. But here's an interesting one, and I think I don't know. Have you ever gotten a prize with whenever you order like you have Cracker Jack or something? There's a prize inside the bag.
Right.
This is along those lines. Can't believe this place has 5 stars. I was eating my pasta when I found a nickel inside the red sauce. The waitress told me I didn't have to pay for the plate. What shouldn't have paid for was for the whole bill. Horrible service and the food was mediocre. But, it included your daily allowance of nickel.
That's a nickel. Like, how does that happen?
I don't know. No clue. Somebody was making change in the back or something. Who knows?
Some of these are so, like your McDonald's story. It's so just out there. Like, what the hell are people thinking? I don't
Yeah.
I mean, to order 2 chickens and get 10 quarter-pounder burgers is like not even in the same realm.
No, I mean that's.
I don't. Is there a cook like counting his change while he's making the pasta sauce?
Somebody's counting too.
Oh my god!
They gave me a nickel. So
did she eat the nickel or no?
No, probably not. I mean, they were trying to marinate the nickel, says bowling lettuce here, because I think that's what it was. They were trying to marinate the nickel.
Oh man, that's funny stuff, dude.
But I'm looking over this one here, and have you ever seen one where it should be, where they gave it 1 star as a joke?
No, I don't think I understand.
So this one says 1 star, made you look. House of Prime Rib is a perfect name for this place. The sides are outright gross, but the prime rib was great. The portions are really outrageously big, so sharing is a must. There is a $7.50 split charge, but you get all the sides like salad, sourdough bread, and horseradish galore. I mean, horseradish by itself is a side? What?
That's a really good point.
Like, okay, stop reading and make a reservation. You gave it 1 star and said that the sides are gross.
So, is that supposed to be like a reverse psychology review? 1 star, I mean?
Yes. It's like, here's a 1 star review.
Made you look.
Psych. Like, nobody does that.
That's, I don't know, who thinks of that? I would never even thought of that. Like, I obviously think, hey, if I give this place 5 stars, maybe other people will be interested. But not if I give it a 1.
Yeah, I know. It's like...
I mean, I think... I don't know. I don't understand the thinking behind that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's that clickbait mentality.
Yeah.
I gave this a 1 star review, and you won't believe what I said about it.
Although it works for the purposes of doing this show. So
it does.
I'm very happy with that guy.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, I got my last one here. This says, actually, I didn't, oh, well, I guess I'm going to give away the name because the name is in the thing. Where to begin? I'm trying to cut this one down, too, because it's kind of long, but I'll just read it quickly. Where to begin? I went to Gary Danko's to celebrate a milestone birthday. I asked that the kitchen select my meal. First of all, I would never do that. Like, just give me whatever you want. That's what this sounds like. I asked that the kitchen select my meal. Seafood, veggies only. And it went like this. Course 1, lobster risotto with mushrooms. Course 2, branzino. I don't know what that is. And course 3 was poached lobster with mushrooms. Again. They have such an extensive menu, I was surprised by the double lobster with the same flavor profile. Did not want to ruin the evening by complaining, so I sent an email to express my issues. I got a call from the staff. They're sorry. It turns out it doesn't get me. Turns out that sorry doesn't get me my birthday dinner or the ridiculous amount of money I spent on it back. We have 2 kids under the age of 3. It's a big deal for us to get out and spend this kind of money. So F you, Mr. Gary Danko. We will not be coming back, and I hope others will heed this warning. I expected so much more. So this, to me, this hit me similarly to the ice cream. Like, I would never complain about more lobster. Like, I love lobster.
Yeah.
I'm a big seafood guy. You know, it's like saying, you know, I don't know. I asked the waitress for $1. She gave me $5 instead. I'm very offended.
How
kidding?
dare you?
Yeah, man, it's more lobster. Like, and how do you complain about the price of the bill if you tell them, "Oh, surprise me," and what did he say? I asked that the kitchen select my meal, out of seafood and veggies only. So if you're gonna tell them just pick something and give me whatever you want, 3 courses, surprise me. You can't complain about how much it costs.
Yeah,
It's not, it's not like you're looking at the menu and picking 3 things that are $1 each and they're charging you $10. And then I can understand. But if you're just leaving it completely open-ended, I don't think you have any right to complain.
I mean, yeah, you are the one that gave that power to them. It's not something that they do. If it's one of those restaurants where you don't get to pick what the different entrees are, then I would understand that. But it's not that you told them, just do me up, fam. Just
Basically.
drop whatever you have on here.
And also, I've never heard of anyone doing that before.
Me neither.
I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone that's that ballsy.
No, well, I mean, I might do. You know what? That sounds like a challenge.
That's a good point. I didn't think of it that way.
I might sit down and like just bring me whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'll see what the Whataburger guy thinks I should be eating.
There's a place in Pennsylvania who's I'm not going to mention the restaurant's name because I don't know if what I'm going to say is true or not, but there's a place in Pennsylvania by my best friend Chris's house that a lot of people think is mob connected because it's first of all, it's an Italian place and they're only open 2 nights a week and they're only open 5 hours a night each night. So they're open from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday, which right away gives me red flags. Like there's something going on there.
Yeah.
And so they don't have menus. They just have like there's this certain kind of paint that I don't know what it's made of, but after it dries, it resembles a chalkboard, so you can write on it. So when you walk in, they have one wall painted in that stuff with like 3 or 4 specials on it, and that's it. They don't have any regular menu. You just sit down and you tell them what you want, and they just make it, which I've never heard of before. So
no.
I don't remember the guy's name that owns it, but it's a couple. The guy is the cook and the chef and the butcher and everything, and then the woman is the only waitress in the place. It's not very big. I mean, it's a small place, but so the first time I went there, this guy, and I'm Italian, so I'm gonna say this guy was a real guinea. He comes out of the kitchen with this button-down shirt. Like, only buttoned, like, the bottom 2 buttons were done. The rest of his chest is hanging out. And he's like, hey, what do you guys want to eat? I'm like, do you want menus? He's like, no, you just tell me what you want and I make it for you. I'm like, well, how do I know you have? Like, I don't think of, like, I'm not a chef. So all these, like, fancy names of dishes don't come to mind. I just think, I don't know, give me a cheeseburger and some fries. So he ended up going back and making us all this pasta. It was awesome. But, like, the fact that it's, like, this one guy that runs it along with his wife only, and they're only open for a certain amount of hours, and they haven't gone out of business, and they've been here for many years, it makes, like, the locals think that there must be some kind of front going on. Like, they're selling something out of the back room to other Italian guys. I don't know, but the food is phenomenal. It's a little bit... And I went there for the first time, and then I didn't go back for maybe 2 or 3 months because I just hadn't seen my friend. And then the second time I went was with my fiance, and the waitress goes, "You're that guy from Jersey." I'm like, "How do you know that? I've been here once. And it was like 3 months ago." So of course, in my conspiracy theory mind, I'm thinking, "Oh, they must have seen both of my Italian flag tattoos and thought, like, we got to look up this guy and see if he's legit."
Oh, we know everything about you, Mr. Image.
Yeah, but I'm like, how do you remember that? She's like, well, you're the only person that's not like a regular that that I remember you because you're not here often. Like everyone else I see all the time, but when I saw you and realized that you haven't been here in a while, so you're not like someone I always see. So I kind of just remembered. Oh yeah, that's right. That guy doesn't live around here. Like I don't know. That scares me.
There's a couple of comments in the chat that I thought was pretty funny. It was like the guy Lou Albano style talking about the guy.
Yes, basically yes.
So what do you guys want to eat? I'll go back there and make you the best.
Have you ever seen comedians in cars getting coffee?
I've seen a few episodes. Yeah.
I love that show. So my favorite episode is the first one that Alec Baldwin did. He did he's done. I think he's done 3 of them by now. But the first one, they go to some diner in the city, and the waitress comes over to Alec Baldwin, and he's like, I forgot whatever he ordered, and she was like, well, tell me what you want, and I'll just give you whatever we have anyway. And that's exactly what this guy reminded me of in the Italian place. Just tell me whatever you want, and I'll just make it. I'll make whatever we have.
I'll get it as close to what you wanted as possible.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I've got one more here myself. And this is about nature. It's the Joshua Tree National Park. And so, I wanted to say what it was because it's a national park. It's not like it's going to go out of business.
Right.
But if you're looking for camping, expect unbearable heat. Now, this is in the desert, just to let you know.
Oh.
Expect unbearable heat, bee-infested sites and restrooms, winds that will rip your tent apart, and nothing interesting to look at but sand. Good for a night trip, maybe, but hell on earth for a summer's day. 1 star.
What do people expect?
Why are you camping in the desert?
How do you give a national park 1 star?
Right. Nature is awful.
I don't understand what some people expect when they write some of these.
No idea.
Some of these 1-star reviews make me think that some of these people are just dumb, just plain dumb. I mean, I'm no genius myself, but I mean,
yeah.
If excuse me, if you've ever seen the misconnections section on Craigslist,
yeah,
this is just as dumb as those, and some of them I guess are legit, but then there's other ones that are so amazingly fucking vague that really I saw you on the highway driving a white car. Call me. Oh, thanks. I know exactly who you are, stupid. It sounds like that's what a lot of these 1-stars remind me of, people that dumb that just don't think before they speak, right, type, whatever.
Yeah, I mean it is to our benefit though.
Oh, absolutely. This is I'm glad that we're doing this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm glad you agree to do this with me, man. That means a lot to me, dude. I've been a fan of yours since we first. I think it was the PCP show that I did first, and the last couple months in my head, I'm like, man, I want to get Wally on a show. I want to do something funny or comedic or whatever. And then I just randomly had this idea, and then I didn't even think of who I would do it with. And then the day after I thought that this would be a funny podcast, I was like, dude, I can get Wally to do this. I hope that'd be awesome. So I really appreciate that, man.
It means a lot that you asked, and the whole reason why I even yes is because I always have a good time on the show whenever you're on. And
thank you.
And the fact that I've been getting into a lot of independent wrestling locally,
nice,
and it just seems like I get that much closer just by talking to you.
That's okay with me. I actually didn't get to go to the show I was going to go to today.
Oh, that blows.
But 2 of my buddies crashed here last night that drove from 6 hours away that are on the show, so they came and crashed to my place last night, and so I got a lot of talking about the business, but I didn't get to go today, unfortunately. But I appreciate that, man. That means a lot to me.
No, absolutely. I mean, I read your idea because you were having a lot of different ideas. And
yeah, I forget. I already forget what the other one was.
I forgot what the other one was too. But you wrote this, and as I was scrolling, I'm like, that sounds like something I would listen to, and I just kept going. I didn't even think I would have anything to contribute.
No, man, I appreciate it, man. And I don't remember if I put this in the post or not, but for anybody in the chat room or if you're listening or watching later, if you find any crazy or wacky or stupid 1-star reviews that you think are funny, send them over. It's I don't even remember the email just now. It's on the screen. Oh, 1-star podcast. Oh my god. I'm looking at it on the stream screen. You know what I mean? 1-star podcast at gmail.com. And then also we're almost at 40 minutes, so I guess we're gonna wrap it up. We were trying to go a half hour, but that's okay. 10 minutes over ain't too bad for me. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But follow us on Twitter at 1-star podcast, the number 1, not ONE. Same thing with the email address, just the number 1-star podcast at gmail.com. Follow me at Joey Image. Follow Wally at The Real Big Wall. And I'm good for the night. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. I really had a good time.
Yeah, this is fun, man. I'm looking forward to remember, everyone watching bi-weekly, so whatever's in 2 weeks, whatever date that Sunday is, that's when the 5th. Oh, that's going to be tight for me, but I'll be here.
Yeah, I will be here. Just
I'll be away that weekend, but by the time we go live, I'll be here.
yeah, okay. Just yell at me if you do it earlier or later.
Okay, yeah, if anything, it would be later, but I should be home way before then. I'm going going down the shore with my fiance that weekend, but
Ah.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe that's next weekend. I don't know. I'll let you know what's going on. Now I don't remember because we're going to a concert, and then after that, like we're going to a concert that's already 3/4 of the way down the shore. So we figured, well, it's on a Friday night. Let's just get a hotel Friday and Saturday and go down, Friday night and go down the shore after the show. But then we're also doing the same thing the following week, so I don't remember which weekend we're actually going to the shore. But anyway. Well, I'll figure it out and let you know what's going on. But thanks everyone for listening, watching, hanging out in the chat room, and sending us stuff. Remember, 1-star podcast at gmail.com and at 1-star podcast on Twitter.
Yes, please.
Do you want to sing us out?
Sing us out.
I didn't think of. I don't have like music or anything. I didn't think about that. So if I actually make an audio podcast version of this, I'm gonna have to add something in.
Some sort of intro and outro music.
Yeah, just so it sounds not so weird.
Like dun 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 dun.
That's good enough for me. Take care, y'all. Thanks.
That's all, folks.